You're gonna see a huge. Oh my lord! One of him feeding, I would assume to be his wife, a corn dog.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders feeding Bernie Sanders misses.
Dude, Mrs. Sanders is chomping on his corn dog. I see
God.
it. Good for him, honestly.
Like, do you think his wife's like, I want to feel the burn, baby?
She would redistribute that wealth all over, you know. Like, oh, God.
That'll probably end up being our opening clip. All right, Karch. Well, welcome to the second episode of us being friends together in the world of Earthbound Beginnings. Or Mother. I still don't know what to call it.
We can call it Mother. I forgot how to play this game. Oh, okay.
So you last time defeated the Starman, right? The Starman Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to make it too easy for you, but so I'm going to give you a hint. And while you're solving this hint, I'm going to be trying to defeat the Starman.
Okay.
So somewhere in the first big city, there is an NPC. And this NPC sells you an item. And if you can find this NPC, that is your first goal. And this NPC links up with the second melody. So I'm not going to tell you exactly who he is, but if you search the town and talk to a bunch of people, you should be able to find him.
What? Okay. In the main town that we were just in, like
yeah, that city that had the mayor in it,
right?
Where we dropped off Pippi, or PP.
PP. It's PP.
You know, I was thinking something that makes Mother a lot more bearable to play, which we actually aren't experiencing, is the soundtrack.
Right.
Like, because I was downloading the whole soundtrack the other day. I mean, I was purchasing the soundtrack on a legal outlet, and I was like, man, you know what? The songs in this game are like really good, and when you're just trudging through it on mute and getting your ass kicked by basically everything, it's a lot harder to feel good about what's happening to you. So.
Right. I mean, it's pretty easy for me. I still got the easy ring on.
Right.
So, not sure how to get that off, to be honest, but the menu system isn't great.
Yeah, I'm using the menu right now. I'm trying to see what's up with this item. I have an item called a flea bomb, filled with fleas and lice. Throw it at an enemy and see what happens.
Kills the enemy. How do you even use? Yeah, like
shit! I accidentally just threw it away. God damn it!
Any viewers want to tweet at us about how to remove items? Because I know our followers are all Mother fans. So
I think the first opportunity you're gonna have to get rid of that ring is in Magicant. You should be able to.
Are you serious?
Buy a new ring that you can equip, and it should get rid of it. I mean,
I messed up.
I told you not to equip it.
Well, okay, I had it on, but by the time you told me not to put it on, so
yeah. Hey, I mean, like I said, you're just on easy street. And I'm trying to catch up to you.
And I won't use my speed up this time because I know I used it even though you told me not to. So
hey, it's okay if you want. I mean, even though you have the easy ring on and you were using speed up, we're still basically at the same part of the game. I mean, really, we are basically like true. Head and head. So, and like I said, I think this little canary mission is gonna slow you down enough for me to catch up.
I mean, I'm trying to get back to the town. I'm at Mother's Day. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's Mom's house, but
I'm still suspicious that we're playing like a fan mod that's gonna turn everything. Like, have you ever heard of Pokemon Christmas?
no. Pokemon Christmas. No, I
Dude.
think you told me about that before.
So, well, I might have told you about. There's this hack of Pokemon Crystal called Pokemon Crystal Clear, and it basically turns Pokemon into an open world game where you can tackle the dungeons in any order you want. You can get basically any Pokemon on your team that you want that was in the original 2 games, and it's really fun. Vinny and I played it about a year ago, and I don't know if they made a modern Pokemon game that was like that, but
No.
Game Freak doesn't really seem to.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't seem to care
Nintendo.
that much about making good games. So.
It really is that easy, isn't it, to make that game?
To make Pokemon?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel
mean,
like a couple quality of life changes could really make Pokemon a super special series. But I think Game Freak just knows they can kind of phone it in, and it just doesn't really matter.
yeah. Most, well, the Game Freak, I mean, Pokemon's not Nintendo per se, but
Right. Oh, wait. Yeah. Does Game Freak even still make those games? Or is it
Pokemon?
the Pokemon company?
It's
or
still the
who
Pokemon company now, but I don't think the Pokemon company is actually technically owned by Nintendo. They just only release on Nintendo, you know?
Okay.
Wouldn't that be crazy if like Pokemon company was like, no, we're gonna release on Xbox?
Dude, that'd
As
be
well.
sick. I mean, I
That'd
don't
be
know.
crazy.
I guess the Nintendo Switch was cool, but I kind of wonder if Nintendo should just make software sometimes and not.
Nintendo's the worst. I hate that company so much.
Dude, actually, so one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about is
Mhm.
last week, or not last week, last time we recorded, which was like a month ago, you were potentially throwing some shade at the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you did.
I said they're great.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said they were bad.
No.
Oh, I was coming in like ready to fucking throw hands.
Bro, re-listen to the episode 1. You can find it on
You can find it on
Podcast.
Vimeo.com.
Mario.
You can find it on Mario. You can find it on YouTube, SoundCloud. You can find it on Podboy.
Bad boy. No, I talked about how I think the Raimi Spider-Man are better than the current Spider-Man movies that are coming out.
So have you seen both the new Spider-Man movies?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to come clean about something. So Allison listened to the first episode.
Oh.
And she said, Shane, you always talk about how you haven't seen all these new superhero movies, and yet in this episode you're talking like you've seen them. So this is the truth. This is the truth once and for all.
Here comes that.
I'm about to lose on my first battle. Hold on.
Oh, I've been killing enemies left and right, dude.
So here are the Marvel movies that I have seen. I've seen Iron Man 1 and 2.
Okay.
I've seen Avenger 1. Maybe Avengers 2. I don't remember.
Avenger 1.
I've seen Ant-Man, which I think was the best Marvel movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
I've seen Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
And I've seen Black Panther.
Okay.
I think those are... Oh, and I've seen, but I don't know if it counts as like a mainline Marvel movie. I've seen X-Men Days of Future Past.
That's not a mainline Marvel movie,
which I really enjoyed. I thought that was a really cool movie.
Okay. Well, thank
So
you for
that's
being honest with me.
Yeah, that's all I've seen. As far as DC goes, I've seen basically none of them. I saw like 20 minutes of Batman v Superman at Danny's house on New Year's.
Right.
And other than that, I know nothing. So that's just getting the record straight. Just making sure.
Your lady called you out.
She did. Well, she was like, "Why are you talking about all these superhero movies with Karch if you claim you haven't seen any of them?" And I'm like, "Well, I've seen some of them, and I know like the reputations of some of the others." But
I mean, who cares? That's my thought. It's. I think I've seen almost all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies except for maybe 2.
Yeah.
Oh God, what did I? I don't know. I don't remember which one I didn't see. I guess the Hulk, like the Incredible Hulk. I've never seen that one. Oh shit. They're movies. I don't know.
Well, if we're gonna talk about Spider-Man, so you said you thought the Sam Raimi movies are better than the new Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't put my finger on what I don't like about the new movies, and I'm not sure if I'm just being a hater, like for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
But something I really like about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies is like, if you look at the first 2, all of the action scenes in them are like really, really great and pretty cool. And Sam Raimi has a really good, I think, stylistic sense for like action. You know, he did like Evil Dead and stuff like that.
Right.
I think he's just good at like making a fun action scene. And I think the new movies are really good at that too. Like in Spider-Man Homecoming, I think one of the coolest scenes is, and I might have already said this last time, but one of the coolest scenes to me is when Spider-Man is in that suburbs area, and he's like kind of struggling to swing around, and he can't quite keep up with the truck. And I thought that was like a really creative way to put a novice Spider-Man in like an unfamiliar situation.
Right.
But for me, I just like don't care about Spider-Man as like a character in Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, he's just obsessed with the Avengers. He's obsessed with Iron Man, and like, I don't think that's fucking interesting. I like
Mr.
goofy
Stark,
Tobey Maguire with weird eyeballs, hitting on MJ, showing up at her play and quoting poetry to her. You know, like, to me that seems like, even though I get that it's cheesy, like for some people, but Peter Parker seems like more of a real guy. You know,
Peter Parker's a nerd, not like a hunk, in my opinion. And I think they they really portray him as a hunk in the newer ones. And I don't know. It's just, it seems very. I don't even know how to like describe how it feels compared to like the other ones. Like it just doesn't feel like emotional, if that makes any sense at all.
Well, I think sometimes for me also, I feel like the new Marvel movies, they all kind of have a similar brand of humor in them, which I think sometimes works really well. Like I said, I loved Ant-Man. I thought it was hilarious. But sometimes when I'm watching a Marvel movie, it's like I can tell that a joke is going to happen in like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, it's joke time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think they use kind of similar comedic beats. And it's just like a little bit exhausting. Though the fucking you and me, Spider-Man.
You and me, kid. Dude, that one's amazing.
We could rule this city, Spider-Man.
Come on, dude. William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Come on.
Willem Dafoe is a pretty incredible actor, and the dude who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2 was
he
great.
did amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, my first comment is you could sail a cruise ship across Willem Dafoe's teeth, but other than that, he's amazing. I don't even know who played the old Dr. Octopus.
Alfred Molina, I think, is his name.
Never heard of him, but he did a really good job. We don't have to talk about the third one because I think the third one is kind of like this. It's
well,
bad.
Look, I gotta say, I rewatched the third Spider-Man movie maybe about a year ago, and I did not think it was as bad as I had once thought it was. And okay, so here's some things that don't work. Sandman kind of just doesn't fit in with the movie.
He could have worked.
I think he could have worked, but I think if it just would have been James Franco as evil little Goblin Jr. and Venom with the whole Eddie Brock thing,
right.
I think it all would have been fine. The Sandman stuff just complicates everything, and I had heard that Sam Raimi was kind of forced by Sony to add in a third villain. I think they were actually pressuring him to do 4 villains.
Really?
which is kind of just ridiculous. But it's actually not that bad of a movie. I mean, I get that the emo Peter Parker is a big meme and everything, but I don't know. I think it's worth checking out again if you haven't seen it in a while.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while for actually seeing any of them. Did you see the Venom movie starring what's his name?
No, I did not. Did you?
Dude, that movie is something else. I forgot who the actor who played.
What's it like?
I don't know. I don't remember the name of the actor who plays Eddie Brock, but like he has like a different like accent than any human being ever.
Who plays him in the new movie?
Yeah, it talks like this.
It's the guy who plays. It's the guy who plays Bane.
Channing is it Channing Tatum? I'm looking this up.
No, it's hold on,
Who
don't tell me. What is this?
Plays Bane in Batman? I shouldn't know.
He's also in that movie Bronson. And he's in Inception.
Okay, I know. He's in The Revenant too. He's like
what's his? Okay, who is it?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
I think that's his name. I already forgot after I closed it. Tom.
He's one of the Hardy boys. I think he's the oldest brother.
Wait, is that legit? He has siblings?
No.
Yeah, he plays Venom, and he just talks weird, and like I don't know. It's not good.
What's the premise of Venom? Is he just eating people?
Basically, Venom crashes down on Earth. Him and then his brother, or not his brother. Oh God, it's not like. Hold on. Venom movie.
Oh God, I'm about to fight this alien again. It looks like a big pill.
Good luck. I'm looking up Venom movies synopsis. 2018 it came out, by the way.
What came out?
The Venom movie. Riot. The symbiote Riot, which is a not a known symbiote. This evil corporation guy is studying the symbiotes, right? Venom escapes, finds Eddie Brock, attaches him to Eddie Brock, and he's like, "Hey man, you and me, kid, we can go. we can rule the world." You and me, kid. Hardy. Oh wait, hold on. Hardy gave Brock an "aw shucks" American accent while using a James Brown lounge lizard-like voice.
Oh my
for
God!
Venom.
I just lost to the alien again.
But
sorry, continue.
No,
go on.
I think the cool thing they did this was the voice of Venom was also voiced by Tom Hardy. They just changed how his voice sounded,
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Which I think that's kind of cool. Riot is attached to this evil corporation guy, and then there's Venom, and Venom's like, "Bro, Riot's strong. Like stronger than me. We can't fight him." And then Eddie Brock's like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe we could." Right? Like, and he's a hero in this movie. Like Venom's like the good guy. He's not like an anti-hero. He's actually like the good guy saving people.
Okay.
Compared to the comics where he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat people, and that's what I do."
Yeah. Well, there's been a few stints with Venom where they try some different stuff with him. Flash Thompson, like Peter Parker's like bully from high school.
Yeah.
There's some iteration of Venom where it bonds with him, and he's like an American soldier, and he uses like the Venom symbiote to be a stronger soldier, basically.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
There's a secret ending in the Venom movie.
Ooh, what happens?
Dude, it's you get to see Carnage.
Oh, really?
Who stars? Who plays? What's the character's name that is Carnage?
Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus. Who plays Cletus himself?
Who?
Oh God, what's his name?
You don't even know his name?
I don't know his name. Hold on.
Is it Willem Dafoe?
No. No, it's Jesus, Carnage ending more in Venom.
Is it John C. Reilly?
I wish. What the fuck? Ending of Venom explained. Why do we need that explained? We know who it is. Who is it? What's his name?
What does he smell like?
He smells like a dirty boy.
I don't have any money. I can't get burgers, dude. My mother playthrough is falling apart, dude.
Dude. How long have we been recording? The whole time it's been me running around the same town because I cannot find the mayor.
All right, I'm gonna get. No, you don't have to find the mayor. I'm gonna give you a hint. The person you're looking for is inside one of the buildings.
Okay. Hold on, I'm still looking up who. Oh, Cletus Cassidy. Okay. Who plays him? Bro, you joking me? It's not even saying.
Are you sure it's like a...
No, I'm serious. I promise you. Oh, Woody Harrelson.
What?
Yeah, it's horrible.
What?
It's so bad.
Woody Harrelson?
He has this red wig on. Like this red hair wig, and he just goes,
"What?
Oh, there'll be carnage," and then the movie ends.
Dude, fuck that. But hey, you know what? I don't know. I feel like when it comes to superhero movies, I think I said this last time, but like we all learned our lesson with Heath Ledger as the Joker, where everyone thought it was going to be a terrible, terrible shit show of a casting decision. And now it's an iconic performance. And I know some people now think the Heath Ledger Joker is like a little bit too edgy and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I guess anyone can really work in a superhero movie, but really, that as Carnage?
It's bad. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, I think Woody Harrelson is a pretty good actor, but
yeah,
I just don't think that is a good fit for him, honestly. And if you look at a picture of like Woody Harrelson as Carnage, you're like this. He's wearing a wig you find at a costume shop. Like, it's so bad.
Did you ever watch Cheers?
I think wasn't there two shows, like Cheers and then another show?
Well, Cheers has a couple spin-offs. Frasier is one of the spin-offs. I think there's some more. But Cheers was where Woody Harrelson first kind of got his acting chops. He, I think in season 4 or 5, comes in as the replacement bartender for Coach, the original bartender who actually died in real life. It was kind of sad. And Coach was sort of this goofy character. And so Woody Harrelson's character shows up and he says, Coach and I were pen pals. And it turns out that they never wrote each other letters. They just mailed each other pens.
Oh my God.
Which I thought was kind of funny.
That's stupid. Like this. What?
I don't know. It's just a goofy joke. And that's the type of humor that the Coach character would kind of, I don't know, use, just goofy sort of wordplay like that. Yeah. So I don't want to stay on comic books the whole time because we talked about comics a lot last time, but I will say I think so I have a segment written down and it's called Karch's Comic Book Corner. And I accidentally labeled all of those with K's. And it was KKK. And I was like, well, that's not what I want. It was total accident. I was like, that's not what I want.
I don't affiliate myself with that
segment that I want it to be called. But I was going to ask you, and I think I've asked you before, but I was going to ask you how you first got into comics because it's such a big part of your life. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I think a big reason that the Marvel Cinematic Universe didn't really resonate with me personally is because so my dad got me into comics at like a pretty young age. There was this little independent comic shop he would take us to, not the one on Telegraph, but there was one in downtown St. Louis, and it was run by this guy named Mo. And
is it called Mo's Comic Shop, please?
I think it was, but I don't actually remember. I think it went through a couple different names, but he would take my sister and I there, and my sister would get Pokemon cards, and I would get comic books. And I remember at the time, something that always frustrated my dad was when, you'd be reading a 6-issue story arc or something with Spider-Man, and it would tell you that the conclusion could be found in like Iron Man issue, whatever.
Right,
And that happened a lot with Spider-Man because people basically just bought Spider-Man comics as far as the 90s went. He was the property keeping Marvel alive.
He was.
So they would use Spider-Man a lot to try to peddle these other series on people. And it would always kind of make my dad kind of mad. And so I feel like I grew up with this idea embedded in me of like, Marvel team up is sus, solo comic book stories are the best, and the two series that I read from basically when I was a kid to when I was a teenager were Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men. And I personally felt that both of those series took a huge dip in quality when they stopped, or when they started like finishing their story arcs in other series. You know what I mean? So I feel like I've just always had a bias toward like a big shared universe, because in my experience as a comic reader, it kind of sometimes detracted from the fun. It's like, oh, I never knew how that story ended because I didn't fucking buy Ultimate Iron Man or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think that is kind of a bias. So anyway, turning it over to you for Karch's Comic Corner. How did you get into comics, and what type of comic reader are you?
So to not even touch that, what you talked about, how you have the issue of it, you would have to finish the story in a different issue, or you would have to go to a different story. Nowadays, what they do is whenever they release like comics in bulk, and they're called volumes, right? And then they usually include those other comics in that volume.
Nice. Because that's something that's kind of worried me. I've thought about collecting some Ultimate Spider-Man volumes, and I was like, well, do they have?
I mean, they should.
All of the other shit?
From my experience reading DC Comics, because that's what not exclusively, but what I read the most. Because I would just buy the volume, because the volume's like $5 maybe, and it has like 6-7 issues, and then it's just the whole story.
Yeah, they usually have about 6.
Yeah. And then it usually would include that extra issue where it's like, oh well, this story continued from, Blue Beetle issue 3 or whatever, something like that. So but I got into it. I don't even know. I remember like when it was around sophomore year of college, maybe. And I was just like one night, I think I watched a Batman movie or something, and I got really curious, just kind of looking up stuff, and I just started Wikipedia searching just comic book heroes. And then that just kind of slowly devolved into me, like, because I was really into like sidekicks, right? And I started looking up Robin. I was like, oh, there's 6 other Robins. I thought there was only one, right? Like I had no idea. And then I started reading about Dick Grayson, and I was like, oh yeah, he's Nightwing, right? And I was like, Jason Todd. I was like, oh, he died. And then found Tim Drake, and then I found the image of Tim Drake initially on Wikipedia was of him in his Red Robin outfit. And he looks sick because it's like his pre-New 52 Red Robin outfit.
Yeah, that was a great outfit. It has the cowl,
like it's so similar to Batman. I was like, dude, this guy's awesome. So I just started reading a ton about just him and his backstory. And then from there's this website. It's called, I think it's probably still up. I used to go on it all the time. It was called Comic Vine.
Okay, I think I recognize that name.
It's a ginormous database of just comic info. Like you could just search up anything related to a comic, and there's like a page about it, I just started doing that because like it was kind of a big database. Like it would talk about like, oh, like this, he appears in these issues, or and then like here are some pictures of him, this is his powers, and here are what his powers do from these issues. So I just started doing that, and then I started watching a lot of the DC animated movies, and then the DC animated show. So like obviously Batman the Animated Series, the 2 seasons of that,
right?
Justice League Unlimited.
Dude, those were all great shows. I still have all of those on a hard drive.
Justice League Unlimited is sick because it has like the Justice League team, but then it's like, here's 800 other DC characters that are also in the show that you can kind of see every episode, like, and that introduced me to like awesome characters like the Question, right? Like the Question is, he's sick, it's Huntress, Black Canary, Green, the list can go on, but just all these superheroes. And then I watched that. I watched the Green Lantern TV show.
What was that on?
It was on Cartoon Network. It was, but when I started watching, it was on Netflix, and I watched the whole series on Netflix. And then I just started buying. DC has an app, like a comic book app, and you can just buy comics from there. So I just started buying just issues of comics and reading those and watching a lot of YouTube videos on like the backstory of.
I just beat the Starman Jr. Thank God. Fuck yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
Just watching a ton of YouTube videos on like, the backstory of this comic book hero, right?
Yeah.
And just doing that, and then just kind of slowly buying issues, and then kind of deciding that I want to collect them physically. So starting my physical collection. I don't have a ton, but I do have a good amount. But
yeah. Well, it's kind of a lifelong thing. I mean, I think my dad officially stopped ordering Spider-Man. So basically, he would order them into Moe's comic shop, and we'd go pick them up. And he would usually get the newest Amazing Spider-Man. He would try out some side series. We'd get Ultimate. We would get some X-Men. We'd get some Fantastic Four. I think he finally stopped around 2008 or 2009. And but he has a bunch of late 60s Spider-Man, a lot of 70s and 80s Spider-Man. A lot of weird shit happened to Spider-Man in the 90s, and my dad has a lot of that. And even though he doesn't really look at those anymore, I know that they're still really special to him. So it's kind of cool. I think comic books are one of the coolest things to collect because you get so much variation in all the art styles. You can get a weird series that people are going to forget about, and then like only you have it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think they're a pretty cool collectible thing.
I think they're. I get why they're kind of slept on, but there are definitely a slept on media entertainment medium.
Well, some people would say that nowadays comic books are basically used as idea incubators to see what people want to make movies out of. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with The Walking Dead, which was like the most popular show for like 5 years.
Mean, if you look at it, like a ton of these shows now, like on Netflix or Amazon Prime or movies are based off comics, right? Walking Dead, The Boys, Umbrella Academy, those are all based off of not independent, but like just not mainstream comic publishers, like stories.
Yeah.
And they're huge successes. I mean, Walking Dead is, I don't know how many seasons they have, but they're huge.
Dude, they have like 10
Umbrella
seasons.
Academy is big on Netflix. They have 2 seasons. They're making a 3rd one. The Boys is ginormous as well on Amazon Prime. It's going into the 3rd season, which I'm very excited about. And like all those comics were made. I mean, I know for The Boys, it was made back in 2006, I believe. Umbrella Academy. Funny fact about the Umbrella Academy. I have to double check my sources here. Umbrella Academy was made by, oh god,
wasn't it like some band?
The guy from My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, I think it was him.
Name? Gerard Way.
Hey, by the way, when you were in the zoo, did you pick up the melody?
Yeah, I have 1 melody in my inventory.
You should have 2.
Oh,
so there's a monkey in the zoo who will sing for you. He's the world famous singing monkey.
I gotta go all the way. Dude, this episode's the worst.
Hey man, you gotta pay attention to your surroundings.
Talking about comics.
I know.
I'm going back up. But yeah, that's the story of me getting into comics, and then I slowly, lucky enough, the series I'm collecting is very cheap to buy now because it's not rare and it's not really. I'm not gonna say
series are you collecting?
I'm collecting the whole Robin comic series.
Yeah.
Because he started having his own comic line. Around the 90s, and it went into around 2008, and I'm slowly collecting all of the comics from that, and I can find most of them in the dollar comic section in like V Stock or any type of place. But
I still have a dream to own every issue of the original run of Ultimate Spider-Man. I think there's like 160 issues maybe.
Wow.
And I have around 110. And I'd like to fill that out someday. A couple of them, there's a few rare ones though, and that kind of sucks because rare comics can get pretty fucking expensive.
Yes, they can. I was in the auction game for comics for a tiny bit a couple years ago.
Yes. What were you trying to get?
It was the most money I've ever like offered for a comic. It was Hawkman had his own kind of run back in the day. It was Hawkman issue 1. It was a variant cover, and it was signed by the artist who did the art for Hawkman.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool to have. And I bid, and I think it was like there's a website I go onto that you can like make bids, for certain special issues. And I think I offered around $300 for it. But I got immediately outbid. Like 2 minutes later, I got an email saying someone outbid me. So it's that's the life. But
at least you tried.
Yeah.
I really feel like I don't know. So all of the Mother merchandise that's been coming out lately, which has been a lot of stuff. There's been that Pollyanna comic book. They're coming out with do you remember the enemy in Earthbound who's like a huge pile of vomit?
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Master Belch.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a plushie of him. They're coming out with all these different calendars. They're coming out with all these little bead figures. And I've been buying a lot of the stuff. But I'd say each of my orders end up being around like $120 because it cost a lot to ship, to the United States. But I've always wanted to buy Mother merchandise, and a lot of the stuff, I remember a few years ago, I almost bought a bunch of Mother 2 figures, like those little mini figurines you can buy, and I didn't end up buying them. And then like years went by and they were like $80 more expensive than before, and it's like, I should have just bought them back then, and I didn't do it. So I think if it's something that you really love and that you really care about, you may as well just buy it, because like there's no reason not to, unless you truly can't afford it.
Don't buy it if you don't have money. Don't be crazy.
But I don't know. I think it's worth it to indulge with things like that, because it's like, well, one day it might be like $1,000, so then you'll have it.
That's why I got my golden Mario amiibo still in the package. So
are those valuable?
I don't think so. I'll do another look up here. Golden Mario amiibo. Let's see. People are selling them for $89 on Amazon.
How much did you buy it for?
However a normal amiibo is, so $20 or something.
Did you buy me both my Lucas and Ness
I did.
amiibo?
I did.
Dude, those are still, they're both, I can see them right now. They're both on my desk.
I got that Lucas amiibo shipped straight from Japan.
Dude, I remember that. That was this has to be one of the only official, I guess until these new Beat figures have come out, this was probably the only official Lucas merchandise to ever exist.
I think so, yeah.
I did realize something kind of interesting about Mother the other day. I guess we got to talk about Mother a little bit on this Mother podcast.
I think the podcast is about Mother. Yeah.
So I was thinking about the rope snake from Mother 3 is, Lucas's grab and his aerial, his whatever it's called, his
tether,
his Zare, whatever you want to call it,
tether.
And it's actually Duster's, as we both know.
It is Duster's.
But the rope snake is in Lucas's official art for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I was thinking that must make the rope snake the most obscure character that is represented in official Super Smash Brothers art, because like what other character is more obscure than it's an item in Mother 3 that the main character doesn't even use? And I don't think there's even official rope snake art from Mother 3 itself.
I don't think so.
He's represented in Smash Bros. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's true. Yeah, I always liked the rope snake. I remember when I played part of Mother 3, or maybe I missed it, but I remember you telling me about this. It misses one of its like jumps, basically.
Yeah.
And then it becomes depressed because of it, and you can't use it. Like,
yeah, there's sort of a whole character arc that the rope snake goes through, which is really sweet because he just wants to do his best. And he just wants to be part of the team.
He missed one of those ledges, and he's just so upset about it.
Yeah, you got to go back and finish Mother 3, dude.
Yeah, I will. I'll get around.
You can play
to
frog by frog. Just go one frog at a time.
Dude, I should do that. I should play along with you.
The blog, I mean, I only put out like one post a week, so it's not that hard to catch up with me.
Yeah. Well,
I gotta say though, something also Mother related. I was thinking, the guy who made these games, E-Toy, he kind of interests me as a developer because I've been reading these interviews with him from the 80s, and he has a lot of ideas that seem pretty ahead of their time. I don't know that they always translate to the first two Mother games all that well. I think both these games had a lot of issues with how they were programmed and how the development cycles went. But it's interesting to hear him talk about games and the types of ideas he has. And one thing he talks about is how when he was making these Mother games, it was in a time where developers were really focused on seeing how much stuff they could put in a game, instead of seeing like the quality of the things that they're putting in.
Yeah.
So basically, every time you get a party member in the first Mother game, I feel like it feels so important. Like, you just struggle. I mean, you don't because you have the easy version. Right? But when you're playing through the first Mother game and you're alone as Nintendo for like the first third of the game, it fucking sucks, dude. Like, it's really hard. You're getting overwhelmed all the time. But I feel like when you finally get Lloyd in your party, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that was E-Toy's way of communicating to the player like how powerful friendship is in all of the Mother games. Like, because it's kind of hard to communicate through just an NES with like shitty graphics that characters are like bonding together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to get around that, he makes you like really feel alone. I think like you spend a lot of time alone as Nintendo, and then when you finally get a friend, it's like this super special moment. And I'm not trying to give him like more credit than he actually deserves. Like, I bet a lot of it is just the fact that the game is old and that the game is hard. But when I do read these interviews with him, it seems like he has pretty big ideas of like what he wants the player to feel. And I gotta say, like, it does feel special to finally get Lloyd in your party. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or if you really remember playing the first game.
I think like when it comes to that, it feels so bad when you lose one of them too. Then, right? Like, one of them not dies, but falls asleep in battle, right? It just it feels horrible. And then, I mean, you remember that when we played it the first time, and you meet Teddy. And he's like, "Hey Lloyd, you're weak. let me, go with these kids up the mountain." And then you go up the mountain, and then like you're struggling, and then out of nowhere, Lloyd shows up in a tank, and you're like, "Dude, he's here."
Lloyd.
Like I think that's very valid to have that thought. I will say the one character that I never not attached to, but didn't really ever care about was what's his name, Pooh from Mother 2. Like, he just kind of shows up and then just I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like I never really I was never really just attached to him.
I think it's a bummer what kind of happens with him, because I feel like Earthbound does the same thing where for a pretty significant portion of the beginning of the game, you're just playing as Ness by himself, and when you finally get Paula on your team, it feels like really special. It's like, finally, I'm not alone anymore. I'm finally being friends. You know what I mean? Like, I finally... And that's what's so cool about the first Mother game is when you get that second party member, the whole overworld theme changes and everything. Yeah. Like, it's literally a different world now that you get to sort of hang out in. And, but yeah, I think you're right. You have Paula, who you really bond with because you save her from that cult. You have Jeff, who saves you from the... from Threed, the sort of haunted town. And then you have Pooh, who shows up like halfway through the game.
He's a king, right?
And then he leaves like pretty quickly after you get him. This guy shows up out of nowhere and he's like, Pooh, I have to teach you PK Starstorm. Come with me. And then Pooh's gone again. And it's just like, how are we supposed to bond with this boy if he's always leaving us?
Yeah, I don't want him to leave. Stay.
I think I heard somewhere though that, and this could be wrong because I haven't found the actual citation, but I think it was only going to be Ness, Paula, and Jeff, and then late in development they realized they could have a fourth character, and they sort of ended up putting Pooh on the team. I don't know that is true. That could be why his name is Pooh, as far as I know. They're like, oh, what should we name him? Oh, I don't know, let's name him Pooh.
Yeah.
Like... Also, I did find the... Do you just want to tell me where you're supposed to go in the town, or?
Oh, I'm talking to the mayor right now, and he's saying, "Sorry, I don't have anything to give you at this time." Wahahaha.
Well, you don't have to talk to the mayor. So go to the department store.
Oh my god.
And walk to the top floor, dude. And there's a guy you can talk to. The reason.
Dude.
So I walked all the way up there. I didn't have enough room for the thing. I forgot to make room for it, and I walked all the way to the Canary Sanctuary, and then I just had to walk all the way back because I forgot to pick up the stupid...
There's a guy all the way at the top of the department store?
Yeah, if you go to the very top
like
floor.
The roof? All we have left is this canary chick. Oh, it's... Yeah, dude, for sure. Done. Oh, I'm holding too many items. God damn it.
That's what happened to me, and then I just left instead of doing anything about it.
This game sucks, dude.
Hey, did you see the new food reviews?
Food review. No. Wait. Hold on. I thought I saw one of his videos, and it looked so like. Hold on. Review, bruh. Is it the Dunkin' spicy ghost pepper? Or no? Is it the come and clean about sponsorship and offers, and it's him with like. Photoshop dollar signs and then the truth.
So that's a really good video. He also has a great video about the new Wendy's pretzel burger.
That's right. Yeah.
And he also has a good video. Yeah, that donut video is pretty good too. So you've got to catch up on your report of the week videos.
Dude.
But I was gonna tell you. So do you know the YouTuber? I can't even say it without laughing. Feature Man?
Feature Man. Yeah. No. Feature Man.
So Feature Man.
Oh wait, yeah, no, you've showed me videos of him before. He's like the sad, like he's not sad. He's just an old man, you know.
He's just this old guy. He has this famous video called "Eating a Watermelon with My Clone."
That's right, dude.
But dude, I gotta say, the cool thing about his videos, I feel like when I'm old, I definitely just want to have a vlog style YouTube channel because I guess he must have worked in Hollywood for like basically his whole career. He never really made it big, but he would play music for like TV, like live variety shows. He would basically just act as an extra, you know, whenever he could. And he has this new video out called Red Baron Pizza Hollywood Stories.
I'm looking at it right now.
And he basically just eats and reviews food and tells stories about working in classic Hollywood.
Dude. I totally forgot about this man until you sent us a video of him, and it was like him making ramen noodles or something. Oh my god, dude! Yeah, Feature Man since April 10, 2006. Oh, he's got a website.
He's
EasyFinancialTutorials.com.
What?
Yeah. Ooh, that's not secure. Yo.
Yeah, don't go. You don't know what's on that website. He probably hasn't renewed that domain in years.
This is like made from like. Holy cow.
Well, the thing that makes me kind of sad is like, so he talks about how he tried to learn like video editing effects in Hollywood, and he claims to use them in his videos, but you know all those like pre-made video effects that look like shit and just like pixelize your screen, or like
that's like
what he's talking about. Like, I don't want to make fun of the old man. I think he's great. I love his YouTube channel.
Shane,
but
you got to get to this website.
Hold on, what's it called?
EasyFinancialTutorials.com.
Oh God, that's a good domain to have, though.
Join Amazon Prime. Watch over 40,000 movies. Ooh, I'm not clicking that link.
Dude, this isn't gonna be good. Stocks I
own and pick of the week.
I don't have the. Wait, what's it? Easy? How's easy spelled?
E-Z.
Okay, the even better.
Okay, he hasn't given us a weekly pick since 2019. So here's some stocks he owns. He owns BP.
Oh God.
Ford.
Oh no. Area 51.
AT&T. Stocks I am watching. See above for my pick of the week.
Dude, he has a link called Area 51, and it just goes to a website that no longer exists.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Making your own money making website. That could be good.
Avoid the dangers of penny stock trading by learning how it's done. Click here. Ooh, that's not safe.
Dude, I'm not clicking any of this shit.
Dude, I'm gonna join Amazon. Uh-oh. That's fine. Area 51. Web hosting.
Did you see the David Liebehart show? I Love David.
I know about it. I never watched it before.
You definitely have to binge it. It's like 6 episodes, I think. If you've ever just wondered who the man behind the puppets really is, it's kind of sad sometimes because he doesn't seem like he's totally with it, but they do take him to Area 51, and it's pretty fucking amazing.
Really?
Like he's like, Area 51, scary.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's pretty weird. I don't know. I've had some weird times where like I can't watch videos with him in them because it just makes me too uncomfortable. But he did. One of my biggest regrets in life is that David Liebehart came to Springfield and he played a show at the Outland Ballroom, which is this like downtown venue in Springfield, and I didn't go. No. I regret it. I know the reason I didn't go at the time is because I was super broke and I was kind of nervous. You know, I just didn't think I had enough money. But in hindsight, I wish I could tell myself that like I was gonna be fine. You just gotta go see David. But ooh, the mayor says I have tiger droppings all over my clothes.
Told me too. I'm still looking at this man. This man works off of a computer from 2007. Like, ooh, how do I? Oh, he has a link on his website, and it's what did I open? Okay, pump and dump.
What? That shouldn't be on that guy's website.
I'm serious. It's right here. Pump and dump.
Oh God! Don't say that phrase. Wait, what is it? What is the link lead to?
Financial tutorial number 10. Pump and dump. This video tutorial is... There are some sales pitches which be sent to you by mail or email from time to time, which will urge you to buy sure things. If a brochure has exclamation points on the cover page and throughout the pamphlet, don't buy the stock. Do not buy anything that is pressure sold with advice saying you must get it now. Do not become a victim.
Are you sure that did his website get hacked by like a robot or something? Like what is up with this?
It's designed by free CSS templates. And then when you go into that website, it doesn't exist anymore. So.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be sad when Feature Man eventually passes away. He's very old. But I mean, again, I think, you know, a lot of times we think to be a YouTuber, you got to be a fucking PewDiePie, and I just don't think it's true. I think Feature Man. Feature Man. I think he can make as many Red Baron pizza tutorials as he wants. And I think that's
I have
totally
a theory that Feature Man and Report of the Week are the same person, but from different universes.
Okay. Maybe Feature Man is Report of the Week's grandpa.
What if Report of the Week is living with Feature Man, and they help record each other's videos, but they vowed to never.
We should try to set up a collab between the two of them.
Well, okay, so in order to reach out to Report of the Week, we're gonna have to email him at right when he wakes up, so 4 p.m. Okay.
So 4 in the evening, but we got to make sure we email him before he starts cleaning his pool.
But, you know, he takes 30 minutes to get ready, right? So,
right.
And then he's got to, you know, do various activities after he does that. Yeah, so we should probably email him at 3 a.m. So.
Hey, I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you to tell a story on this podcast of playing bass with that blind guy. Or was it for a blind guy? What happened?
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you remember that. So, you want me to tell it?
Yeah, tell the story.
Me and some friends, we went to visit another friend of ours that lived in Nashville. He went to one of the very musical, artsy colleges down there. And he was having a concert in his basement. Or actually not his basement, his apartment, which was part of a house. It was the basement of the house. And that was a whole debacle, but they needed more people to play because it was his band and then some other people, and they were like, they needed more performances. And I play the bass, you know.
You do play the bass.
And
how long have you played the bass?
I originally started playing the bass when I was in 5th grade.
And you had like a family member who taught you, right?
Yeah,
your
my grandfather was he's not a famous musician, but he was a recording musician for a lot of old-timey country musicians back in the day. And also like a touring musician. I couldn't really tell you who, but I know he did play for some of the big shots.
Did he ever play for Graham Parsons?
Probably. He was probably in the studio with them at some point. But I remember we used to have or another older family member of mine had like VHSs of his performances on TV with other like famous musicians. But
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But he's not a good human being, and I don't like him. But anyway, yeah, he taught me how to play, and I played for about a year with him, and then I stopped. And then like I was in high school, I was like, I really want to get back into this. So sophomore year, I got a bass for Christmas. Taught myself how to play. Joined a band.
How did you teach yourself how to play? Just stuff on the internet?
Yeah, YouTube. Honestly, YouTube was like the way to go. And then
did you look up just like how to play specific songs, or did you look up like fundamental things?
Like fundamentals, and then how to play specific songs.
Cool. What's the first song you remember learning?
Oh God, I think it was "Stand by Me."
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Can I play it again? No, I don't remember how to play it, but I think that was the first song I played, because there's this guy on YouTube that just had just bass tutorials, like intro bass tutorials on how to do this stuff. I know how to play some songs. I'll teach you how to play some songs. You know, here's how you play scales. Like here is kind of a basic introduction on scales and all this other stuff. So like I got deep into it, and then I joined a band, hated it. Joined another band with some friends, really liked it. we went to college, didn't do much after that, and I kind of just played on my own. But anyway, they needed like someone to play, like some more like bodies to perform, and I was like, I could play, I guess. I know how to play the bass.
So you were at just like a random bar, or what was it?
It was my buddy's apartment.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I can play." I was like, I guess I can perform. I've written a song on my bass so that I could play in front of these people.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure. If we have a bass, you can play." And I was like, "Cool." And I was really intimidated because all these people were music majors, right, and were amazing at the instrument. And there was this one guy who was in one of the bands. He played the bass and he was blind, but he was so good at it, like just amazing. And I was terrified to play in front of these people, but I played my song, and when I was playing it, he was vibing to my song.
Nice.
So that was kind of like a crowning moment for me.
Yeah.
You know, a very exciting moment was me.
Was it a song that you had written, or was it a song you were playing, or?
I wrote the song. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you working on any music stuff these days, or is it a bit on the wayside?
It's kind of on the wayside, because you know I graduated. I'm kind of working. I'm getting acclimated with adult life.
Yeah.
But me and my buddy, we do want to get back into it and play some more. So hopefully here soon.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have your own place soon, so that should make things a little easier.
I'm very excited for that. So.
Well, cool. So, yeah, I was mostly I was interested to know if you. I mean, do you still practice regularly, or is everything musical sort of at a standstill?
Kind of everything musical is at a standstill. I haven't really touched it in a while, unfortunately. I can see my bass; it's right there. I'm pointing at it. You can't see it, and I have my mandolin over there, and I'm pointing at it right now. And then my melodica is right here.
What's a melodica?
Oh, it's funny you asked. Let me get it out. It's like this is horrible for a podcast.
Yeah, I gotta love visual gags on a podcast.
So it's a keyboard type instrument that you blow into. Like it has a full keyboard, right? Like all the keys and stuff. But then you blow into it and it kind of plays like an accordion sound. So I'll play it a little bit, but I won't, you know.
Oh.
But
that's kind of nice.
I bought it because I saw someone play it on YouTube, and they were selling it for like $40 on Guitar Center, so I just bought one, and then never played it.
Well, I mean, it's always good to have extra instruments around.
I'm a very musically inclined guy that buys instruments and then never plays them. So.
No, I mean, there's some people who own like 10 guitars and probably use one of them, so.
Yes.
Also, I gotta say, I am officially in Magicant.
What? Dude, I've been distracted.
I know, I distracted you with Feature Man.
So, question.
Yes.
I can't carry the Canary because I have full inventory.
Yeah.
There isn't a bank, right, that I can just put my stuff in.
Well, can't you just drop something?
Well, I was going to sell my bread to this person.
I'd say just drop your bread. You don't really need it. You'll get more bread.
I want the $15, dude. Bingo.
But yeah, just go up, free up.
This was your ploy the whole time to distract me.
Hey, I didn't know you were gonna completely halt playing.
Well, I was so into Future Man that
True.
I got the Canary, I think. I don't know. Goods.
Just
Baby
check
Canary.
your inventory to see if it's there.
Yeah, I got it. Wait, hold on. If I can go to my goods. Goods. Oh, damn it. I was like, maybe I could get rid of the ring.
No, I don't think you.
Nope.
You should be able to get rid of it in Magicant. You're going to have a lot of money, though, so it might take some grinding. But, grinding should be easy for you because you have an easy ring on. So
I really appreciate you reminding me every time that I have the easy ring.
I just got to make sure that we all know how things stand around here.
You don't know anything.
Hey, you know what we could do also on this podcast was your idea to play through all the Final Fantasy games.
Oh yeah. Why did I think of that?
I mean, it was. The thing is,
I would rather
Karch,
do that too.
you can't tempt me with playing old RPGs because
That's
I'm
true.
just gonna want to do it.
Well, the thing is, like for that, like I would rather play it with you than by myself. Like
True.
Because I think I would stab my eyes out if I had to play the first Final Fantasy by myself. But
we could just record those in person and actually just play them at the same time.
I'm down. I finally played and beat my very first Final Fantasy game.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God, which one is it? 15, I think. Not the MMO.
The one with the car.
With the car, dude.
How was it?
It was, it's like any Final Fantasy game where the story is convoluted and makes no sense, but it was a very beautiful game. I loved the characters. I enjoyed the combat because the combat was different from the other traditional Final Fantasy games.
How so?
It's a hack and slash, basically.
Okay.
It's like Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was legit points where you have to drive like 10 minutes away. Like, okay, I need to get to this spot, and the drive is 10 minutes. And I didn't, and it's like, oh, do you want to fast travel? But it'll cost you money, and I have no money. So I would like do the road trip and then get up and like go do something real quick and then come back, and we're still driving.
Wait, you don't even have to, they just drive by themselves?
No, you can have one of your other guys drive for you. So
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a beautiful game, and like I love the characters, but the story was very confusing.
What is your best attempt at summarizing the story?
There's a boy, okay, and he is set to be king.
Okay.
His dad, he's having a rough daddy relationship.
Having a rough dad time
with his father, because his father's king, and he's not. And he's part of one nation, and there's another nation, and they're warring. Right? They've been in war for a while, and they've reached an agreement if boy marries princess of the other.
Marries dog princess.
Marries daughter of the other nation. They will, be at peace, right?
Okay.
But these two have been childhood friends for a while, so they really cared about each other. So he was fine with marrying her. And it's them traveling to the wedding ceremony, basically.
And
then the other countries begins their invasion while they're traveling, and it kind of causes that. And he's the king and he's the chosen one, so he has all these powers. So you have to get all these powers to go save this girl and save I don't know save the land, right?
Yeah.
And apparently the summons wait, I gave him, was that a canary? That's Songbird's baby. Go take it to her. Yes. Oh, he doesn't know where he last saw her.
So if you it's kind of like northwest of that city. If you basically walk as if you're going to the zoo, you should pass by the Canary Sanctuary at some point. If you pull up your map,
I'm in the Canary Sanctuary because I can.
Oh, you're in the Canary Sanctuary.
I talked to the guy and he was like, "Oh, you have this canary."
Well, keep looking around a little bit, and I think you'll find her.
What the fuck? Okay.
Just pretend like you're a little Japanese boy in 1989 and you're playing Mother. And the game's in English for some reason.
I can't read any of this. So you're describing right now what this game is like.
So you've given me the premise of Final Fantasy 15. It's funny we're talking about this because one of the things I wrote down for us to talk about, I just put Final Fantasy thing, and I don't remember if that was your Final Fantasy idea. I don't know if I had an idea at some point for something I wanted to talk about.
I think that sounds about right. I mean, I don't remember us ever bringing up anything else about Final Fantasy.
But you've given me the premise of this story. Now do your best to tell me more about it, because everyone knows that about 5 hours into a Final Fantasy game, everything just stops fucking making sense.
Okay, so you 5 hours in. What happens 5 hours in? You find the one guy. He talks to you. He's like, "Yo, you gotta go find the other weapons of the kings, and use them to fight the enemy."
Right.
So you find some of the weapons of the king. One of the main characters goes blind, which is kind of funny.
What? How's it go blind?
So you get back. You basically you do some stuff. You get a boat. You cross the ocean to the city. Okay. And the city's basically like Venice. Like that's how it's like designed.
Cool.
It's a maze and it's stupid. I spent 2 hours there trying to find one spot and I couldn't find it. So you go there. That place is about to be invaded with by the enemies. So you have to make a deal with like the mayor of the town. And this is like you do like legit diplomatic conversation with them. You have to pick the right things to say. And then what happens? You fight a big monster. And then this one of the characters goes blind, and like your character wakes up and he's just kind of sitting there and he's like, and you kind of see him try to grab something and he can't get it because he can't see. And the thing is, he stays in your party. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
And this man's got a walking stick.
But that's awesome.
He can't fight. Like you see him stumble in combat because he can't see.
Oh
anything.
No!
But he's got a shining moment, which is kind of cool. But he's still blind. And then like the party's all like fighting, it's all upset about that. Like the main character's upset that he caused this guy to go blind. This other guy's mad because he's just mad all the time. And then the other kid's just he's just the spunky kid that doesn't, trying to cheer everyone up. What else happens? Then you lose them, and then you get captured, and then there's a time skip somehow, and then you're all adults, and you look really cool because you have like this sick armor on, and then you fight like the final boss, but like since it's Final Fantasy, you fight like 13 different versions of the boss, and then you fight him, and like the last version of him is the easiest version, right? And I spent a good 5-6 hours on that, just that final fight, because I was so underleveled. Like I would show up to fight this like Cerberus character, like like it legit looked like Cerberus. He would kill me immediately, like he would just jump on me and I would die. But I figured it out, and then I fought him, and it was the easiest thing ever. So.
And then you were done with the game?
And then I was done with the game, and then they had DLC, and I played a little bit of the DLC. And then I deleted it. So yeah.
Well, what's your review? How many bags of popcorn?
I give it 4 bags of popcorn.
It's not a 5-bagger.
It's not a 5-bagger. It's a 4-bagger for sure. You spill that 5th one whenever your character goes blind, or whenever your teammate goes blind. So.
I think the most recent Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy 13.
Okay.
Which had a sequel called Final Fantasy 13-2.
That's right.
And then had another sequel called Final Fantasy 13-3.
Is that real? The 3 one?
It is real.
The main character is Lightning in that one.
Yeah,
and
Lightning.
She becomes a model for like a legit like fashion company.
Really?
Yeah.
In real life?
Yeah. Like her character,
What?
Lightning, Final Fantasy fashion model. Louis Vuitton interview with Final Fantasy's Lightning.
So this isn't in the game?
Louis Vuitton enlists
life?
Final Fantasy character as new model.
Oh God. I mean, look, Final Fantasy 13 was a game I played, I think, between my junior and senior year of high school. And I was really sad because I was going through my first real breakup in life. And I just sunk like 60 hours into that game. And Jacob, AO, would hang out with me every day, and he would be playing like Call of Duty Zombies on like a different TV. And I got every single achievement. But as much time as I sunk into that game, I can't even tell you the premise of the story. I never knew what was happening from the first moment the game started.
I could probably do a pretty bad job explaining the first one, in a way, because I know it kind of like entails there's a world, people are marked, and they become like like they're viewed as infected, right? So they're like hated by society. And Lightning and her gang becomes infected or marked with whatever, and they have to like fight society or something like that. But my fondest memory of that game, I never played it, I watched the playthrough, was there's the child, like the child character, like he long blonde hair.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
His, all of them have like their own like mounts, or not their mounts, but like their like biggest like their biggest powers, like they summon a beast or something, right? And the beast can do something. His summon, legit, there's a scene where he talks about how he's such a giant burden to everyone, okay? Like he's holding everyone back. His summon is legit a monster that turns into a wall and gets in the way.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't remember that at all.
He lives really? I mean, maybe I'm like
I remember I mean, I don't remember much about the game. I remember I thought it had a cool battle system. You could change between like paradigms, and the party members would be doing different things.
Yeah.
And there was this one boss. It was an optional boss, and if you beat it, you unlocked like the hardest achievement in the game. And in order to beat it, you had to just like constantly shift between this super defensive paradigm and this really weird offensive paradigm, and the battle took me like 45 minutes. And I remember when I was finally done, Jacob looked at me and he was like, it seemed like that was really fun for you, but that looked really stupid. And I was like, yeah, that's basically this game. Like,
that's Final Fantasy. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I still enjoy Final Fantasy games. I think Final Fantasy 7 is pretty cool. I tried playing Final Fantasy 8. I literally could not figure it out. It was like, you gotta have a GF, and I was like, what?
A girlfriend?
No, GF means something weird, and I don't know. Final Fantasy is what it is. But I saw the trailer for the new game.
Oh yeah.
It was like, we have to abandon the Great Crystal. And I was like, these games are still using crystals after all this time? Like,
the crystal reigns supreme.
Well, I guess fact. What's your fun fact?
Gerard Way is related to Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah, they're second cousins, apparently.
No fucking way.
That's disappointing.
Is it disappointing for Gerard Way or for Joe Rogan?
I'd say Gerard Way.
So we've kind of been making our way through my own personal list of topics. Is there anything you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah.
I lost a bet.
Oh, shit. I forgot. How did we not open with this?
I don't know, dude. I lost a bet.
Yes, you did.
I owe a individual $200.
What bet did you lose?
All right, folks, listeners, think back, 2015. Okay, think about being in my room. I know you've never been in my room before, but think about being in my room. My room was
it's
cramped.
Hot.
It gets hot. There's about 4 boys in there playing Smash, and a boy by the name of Shane goes, I think in the next Smash, Steve from Minecraft will be in the new Smash game. And then another boy named Karch goes, that's stupid. That won't happen. And then Shane goes, all right, let's make a bet. And then I stick my hand out in confidence going, $200.
So it was you who put up the 200?
I think it was me.
Damn. And you know what's funny is because I think the bet was that it was going to be in the next Smash game.
Yeah.
And then Sakurai says, hey, we're going to have a wave of DLC characters, and there's going to be 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then it gets the last character, and there's no Steve. And then Sakurai says, hey, we're going to have 5 more characters. And then my boy finally made it in, and Karch now owes me $200.
I thought for sure, like, well, when I made that bet, I thought for sure, like, no way in hell, right? Like, that's just no way. And then when the new Smash game came out, and it's like everyone's here, I was like, okay, there's still no way. And then some of the new DLC characters were coming out, right? And at first I wasn't worried, the Dragon Quest character, oh, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Terry or whatever the hell his name is from Fighter Boy, that's fine. But then I see Banjo and I was like, all right, Banjo, okay. He was kind of a Nintendo character at first, so maybe that's, something else. And then didn't they release another Final Fantasy character? Or not Final Fantasy.
Release another Final Fantasy character?
Another Fire Emblem character.
Right.
Yeah. And then they announced the new direct for announcing the new character. I was working at the time, and I got a message saying, it was from my friend Justin. He goes, Karch, you won the bet. And I go, what bet? Like, I forgot. I was like, what bet are you talking about? He goes, Steve from Minecraft. I go, what do you mean? He's like, you should watch the direct. And I watched the direct, and I see this little boxed character hit Mario. And then I go, no, I lost the bet. That ruined my day, honestly.
I can't believe I totally forgot about this, because I wanted to open with this discussion for this podcast. So now it's probably going to be near the end of the episode.
It is. Yeah.
But I got to say, I actually had my doubts. So when this newest Smash game came out, and it was the "Everyone is here" tagline, I thought maybe it's not going to happen. And then when that dumb Fire Emblem character got announced, which, by the way, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, but even I don't think it should have this many characters. Like, I just get sad when another Fire Emblem character comes out, because I'm just like, the thing is, they always pick the most boring option. Like, Fire Emblem has other weapons in it other than swords. You wouldn't know that by playing Smash. There are people who use lances. There's a really interesting character who uses an axe. There's
Shane,
lords who use lances.
No one cares. Yeah. That's the thing. No one cares. I'm sorry, but one cares.
I've gotten off track. So I really lost hope when they announced Byleth, which is such a shitty name. And then I lost hope again when they announced who was the ARMS fighter with the noodles.
Noodle Girl.
Dude, I've only bought Banjo. I
don't know the game.
I can't be buying these characters. I think my game just froze.
Oh damn.
No wait. Oh no wait. Okay, I have a flying man.
Cool.
Following me around.
Cool.
Yeah, because I'm in Magicant. That's just where I hang out now. But there is a caveat to the bet, which is that you can pay me back
whenever.
Basically whenever you want.
There's no time frame.
There's no time frame. So Karch can give me this money while I'm dying on my deathbed, if he so pleases. I hope he doesn't choose that option.
You ain't getting my
if
money.
he does, that's his.
I'm throwing that money on your tombstone.
Why don't you just how about we get started? Why don't you send me $20 over Venmo,
Do you know the first thing you said to me after you found out Steve was in Minecraft? Because it was in that chat. And then you just go, Karch, you have my Venmo, right?
You could also give it to me with cash.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god, dude, I found her.
Oh, you found? Yeah, I didn't want to ruin it for you because it's a bit of a puzzle.
It's outside of the pet cemetery, dude. Yeah, no. And then I made that tweet. Steve from Minecraft stole $200 from me.
Yeah. Hey, look, like I said, I lost hope a couple times, but I'm glad that I stayed true.
I'm pissed
because I mean, I'm not even gonna buy him, dude. I don't know. I don't play Smash Ultimate, dude.
we're not the Ultimate boys, babies. You know, we're just. I mean, I haven't played Melee in forever either, but I mean, that's just.
I've been playing Melee again because my friend Mark finally plays it. He used to be more of an Ultimate boy.
Oh yeah.
But I finally converted him to Melee, and we've been playing a lot. He plays Ganondorf.
That's disappointing.
His Ganondorf's pretty good.
Nice.
The thing that's too bad about me playing Marth is that I just destroy Ganondorf. You know what I mean?
You really do.
I mean, side B just like stuffs out his big fat stupid legs.
Oh Jesus!
I think I'm gonna drop the basement key. It's not like I need it anymore.
I don't know how to get to this top part. What?
Just look at your environment.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me check the map.
Nah, I mean, pay attention to the colors of things. You know, and
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I found him, dude. How do you? I see. Oh my god, dude.
I was going to ask you for your opinion on something.
Okay.
So I was listening to an old episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast, and
we can talk about that.
Oh, that shit that happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, after your opinion, after your question.
Well, yeah. So one thing they were talking about is when Left 4 Dead 2 first came out. It came out about a year after the first Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
And a lot of people were really upset with Valve because they were like, why isn't this game just DLC? Why isn't all of the stuff in Left 4 Dead just included in some sort of update? This shouldn't be a full new game.
Right.
And to me, that just seems super dumb. Like, I don't understand that opinion. Like, I guess if you compare Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, they don't look that different graphically.
But 2's better.
But to me, I mean, I love both the games. I've probably played more of the first one. But, like, I don't understand that viewpoint of, like, release this as an update. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting a full new game just 1 year later, right? Like, that's not crazy.
I think it's because it was. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really around when that drama happened, but I can kind of see maybe like it is because in Left 4 Dead 2, you can play the first one. Like, it has all the first, like the first game, like campaign and you know, all the maps and characters. So I guess the argument was, why can't you just do that for the first one and just make that, you know, the standalone? Because I mean, at the time, Valve was pretty big on TF2, and TF2 was just a single game that they just released content for, and they're like, why can't you just do that with Left 4 Dead? But I also kind of get the idea of, well, we're gonna make another game and make money off it again, right? Like, but the thing is, like, Left 4 Dead 2 is basically Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2 put together, and you can still get all the there's free DLC, or not free DLC, but like free content you can add to that game all the time. I mean, like that happened. Like, new games coming out a year later is always a thing. But I think people were just upset at the fact that like Valve wasn't known for doing that. Unless I'm wrong. But.
I mean, it just seems kind of whack to me because I think Left 4 Dead is one of my favorite games ever as far as like multiplayer goes. I can still remember the very first time I played that game. It's funny, I'm gonna have to censor this name out again, but I was at none other than Andy's house. And
did you censor it the first episode?
I did. I ended up censoring it. And I remember he was like, dude, you got to play this game Left 4 Dead. And we went into an online match. And I hadn't played much Xbox 360 at this point other than Halo 3. Mm-hmm. So I hadn't had many like next generation like gaming experiences or whatever. And I remember we get into a match and I was on the human team. And we get out the door. And whatever the zombie is with like the long tongue that can like grab you.
Smoker.
I got grabbed by a smoker and I'm getting dragged through the map. and then one of my teammates like shot the tongue so that it would release me.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting killed like pretty shortly after. But I'll just never forget how exhilarating that was. I had never experienced something so like dynamic and like surprising, like the fact that I could be getting dragged through the map, the fact that someone could shoot the tongue and then it would release me. Like, I don't know. I just fell in love with Left 4 Dead like within the first few seconds I played it.
Yeah.
And I really miss playing those games with people and all the mods you can get. I remember at Todd's house playing a mod where they were all the tanks were Shrek.
Yeah.
And it was
I had one that was all the tanks were Hank Hill. So
oh god.
Yeah, no, that game was sick. Just like the multiplayer, because the humans versus zombies aspect, like you could be a zombie and like fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mods are a lot of fun. I remember playing. I had a mod where every character was a raptor, like just a different raptor. And then I think all the tanks were Hank Hill, and then I had a map that was Helm's Deep.
Oh, nice! That's awesome.
And it played like Helm's Deep too, right? Like you're on the wall, you're shooting like zombies as they just run from the field, and then they like push you back, where they blast a hole in it and they push you back, and then you have to fall back into it's sick. I love it. But like that game's still replayable till this day. Like there's still people playing that game.
Yeah, dude, I totally miss playing that game. I thought it was a blast.
If you get a nice computer, we could play that on.
I know. I've been thinking about getting a better computer. One, to do some of this recording stuff, and also just to be able to play games. Because I don't know. I feel like I kind of miss. Dude, I will totally play some Halo with you.
We could play Halo.
Which Halo do you like?
I really like playing Reach.
I thought you'd be a bit of a Reach boy.
I like Reach and then Halo 2 remastered. So
Halo 2 is really fun. I played the most Halo 3 just because it happened to be, the big Xbox 360 game.
Yeah. Halo 3 is a classic too.
Reach was super fun. I was bummed out because by the time Reach came out, my original gang of Halo people like AO and my friend Chris Giarafa, like none of us really played Halo together anymore.
Yeah.
So when Halo Reach came out, I just played by myself a lot, and it was sad because Halo Reach Forge mode is insane. There's so much you can do with all the Forge tools, and Halo 2 is I think is like the best pure like multiplayer experience. Because in Halo 3 you have all the equipment and stuff, and a lot of people really hate the equipment aspect of Halo 3. I personally think it's kind of fun, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm down to play Halo with you. You said it's cross-platform. I can play on Xbox.
I'm pretty sure it is. If you have an Xbox, you can get the Master Chief Collection, and you should be able to play with me.
Okay, cool.
If not, then whatever. But
so how long have you been playing Halo on there?
A couple weeks now, actually. Because I'm subscribed to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, cool.
So I get it for free. And then I had some friends buy it, and we've been playing it ever since. But yeah, we started the Halo Reach campaign. But we haven't. We did one mission, and then we just kind of haven't had the time to get back into it. Dude, I am so lost, Shane. I don't know how to get to this stupid canary.
All right. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take a hit.
So along the fence line, there is one of the big statue things that's a different color from the other ones.
Okay.
And you can like walk behind it and then get through the fence.
Okay. let me head that way. You want to talk about the Rooster Teeth stuff?
Dude, I mean, I'm down.
Not very topical for this, but if someone watches it later on, it won't be that topical, but it's still pretty funny.
Well, I will
not
say
funny,
I ended up watching a video that actually kind of bummed me out today. So I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so there's the stuff that happened with the Funhouse guys. But there's also the shit that happened with the Achievement Hunter guy.
Yeah.
Ryan Haywood, which I think his thing is like a lot worse.
His is yeah, keep going.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Ryan Haywood of Achievement Hunter was basically like sometimes sleeping with, sometimes just like emotionally abusing women, and some of them were minors, some of them were adults, but he basically just, all these tapes got leaked, and it turns out he's kind of was just being a crazy, shitty person. Yeah. And the thing that made me sad today, like I'd say around 2013, I kind of outgrew a lot of Rooster Teeth content and like Achievement Hunter and stuff. But when I was in high school, I loved those guys, and I think the reason I still listen to the Rooster Teeth podcast to this day is because that podcast I never really outgrew. Like, it's still pretty entertaining. It's not just all about video games. It's not just all about, random stuff that I was more interested in when I was a teenager. It's more just like general audience type thing.
Yeah.
And I saw this video today with Jack from Achievement Hunter, who's like a huge teddy bear of a man.
Was
like,
he
super
crying?
Nice.
Was
Dude,
he crying?
It was him and Michael, who was the Rage Quit guy, and they were both just like super broken up and like on the verge of tears. And Michael, the reason I didn't want to watch it, because I thought it would make me even more sad, is that Jack said like he said something to Michael like, "Hey man, I've like missed you."
Yeah.
And Michael was like, "I've missed you too, Jack." And he was like kind of choked up, and like Michael and everyone in Achievement Hunter has always used Jack as just like the punching bag. They're just like, "Fuck you, Jack." Like, he's just like the easiest one to make fun of. And when I heard Michael's voice like break, like saying that he missed Jack because it had been a hard week, I was like, "Oh damn, this is like real. Like,
this is legit." Yeah.
These guys are really heartbroken about this.
It's kind of crazy. I mean,
but what do you think? Because you're a Funhouse fan, and like,
I was blown away when that stuff came out, dude. I mean, not to like make a light of oh my god, I did it. Okay, sing to me. What? Sorry, how do I talk? It just keeps telling me that.
You've got to use the canary chick in your inventory while you're standing next to the bird.
Okay, there we go. But for the Adam Kovic story, he just got catfished, which is like, come on, man. What?
So what? Yeah, what happened with him?
So I mean, I don't know all the details, but he basically got catfished by an individual who claims to be a guy, who pretended to be this female, and he used videos and images from this one girl's OnlyFans to trick him. And there is a huge Google Drive of him sending her,
sending her what?
Sending her pictures of him touching himself or sticking objects into his butt. Which is, that's fine, but the big issue was there were some videos that were taken, or some videos and pictures that were taken while he was at work.
Oh, shit, okay.
And then he had videos of him and his wife having sex.
Oh, God.
But we're not sure if she was aware of the recordings, so...
Oh, that's not good.
So, yeah.
No, that's really fucked up, I think, when people are like recorded without knowing that they're being recorded. Like, that's a huge breach of privacy.
Yeah, so that happened. He went quiet, and then his wife went quiet, and then he made like a statement, and then like he just deleted his social media, which is just crazy. And then his wife deleted her Twitter. But like the one thing that I always kind of I went on Reddit during all this just to kind of see the upcoming drama. People on Reddit are very interesting.
Why is that?
Like, I mean, I think this is any fan, and maybe I'm sure I've done this before too. But like, they think they've developed a relationship with these people.
Oh yeah,
and then like they're just making these long-winded posts about how heartbroken they are, as if like they were like their actual friends, and it's like, you didn't really know this guy. Is this on a screen that you watched? I mean, like, I don't know. It's just
no. That's tough. I was talking with Allison last night. We were kind of asking each other, like, are there any celebrity deaths that would actually fuck with you?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, when people are sad about a celebrity dying, it's something that's kind of hard for me to like totally identify with, because like I can totally understand. I mean, and I guess I might sound kind of a little bit insensitive like when I say this, but like it's just hard for me to see people get as sad as they do get. Like, I'm not saying it's bad to be upset when a celebrity dies who was a big part of your life or something, but at the end of the day, you didn't really know them, and so there's sometimes a disconnect for me in kind of understanding why people are upset. But then to kind of argue against myself, I realized that when Neil Peart had died, I was kind of sad about it. And I think that's just because I had seen him perform, and like I kind of had that bit of an emotional connection. But I do think sometimes people on the internet allow themselves to get a little bit too invested with internet personalities, you know what I mean? But it's also hard not to, and a lot of people who connect with people that strongly, maybe it comes from a place of loneliness, maybe it comes from a place of like admiration, so it is tough. But I also think we're all familiar with that like Reddit brand of long-winded, just shocked, just
emotional. Guys, can we just take it?
Can we all just thank Sakurai for fucking?
I'm sick. I hate's a strong word. I don't like Reddit, and I
don't really like Reddit either.
I'm confused how people make posts on there. Like just random thought. Shower thought with this. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like people who say they're on Reddit all day.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's different because I'm on Twitter, but like,
right.
I'm not. I don't know.
Well, here's my fucking problem with Reddit. I'm gonna call out the r/Earthbound. All I wanted to do was share my little blog project with the internet. So I made a link on r/Earthbound, and I added a flare because you have to add a flare. And the only thing that seemed to fit for me was the flare titled art. And I'm not saying that what I'm doing with my little blog is art, but it is a creative project, and it does involve writing. So that's the flare that I picked.
Okay.
Look, I love the art that comes out of the mother community.
You tell them.
But when I go on reddit.com/r/Earthbound and people get to put up whatever the fuck drawing they want, and I can't even share a blog, I got banned immediately right away. My link got taken down, and I wasn't able to post in r/Earthbound, just for trying to share a blog fairly innocently. And yet, let's have another painting of poo from Earthbound. Let's have another fucking drawing in a school sketchbook that someone did in biology class of Gygus. Like, sorry, I tried to share a project. I'm so sorry, Reddit, that I upset you. And then I think I tried again, and I got the link taken down again. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Like, I just, whatever.
Dude, Reddit is very fascinating. And it's just, I don't even know how to talk about it because I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's...
No, I mean, I don't want to sound like a jerk either, but I definitely think, like, there's a certain type of Reddit posts that is, like, allowed, you know what I mean? And I'm not, the whole bit about getting my links taken down, I'm not actually that salty about it, and I think if people want to share their drawings, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just think it's weird that, like, certain types of posts are going to get upvoted. Like, if I go to the front page of Reddit and I see what the link is, I can probably guess what the top comment is going to sound like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, as far as I think the Reddit I was most acquainted with from probably 2013 to like 2014 was the Smash Bros subreddit.
Oh god, dude.
And
holy cow.
That place
is
that place is a fucking cesspool of just people like, does anyone think Mango might be like slipping?
Yeah.
Or like, it's like, can we all just thank Sakurai for fucking making the game? Like,
dude, it's just that subreddit is something else when it comes to just anything. Like, any tips on becoming a better player? You know, or like, it's like I'm going to my first tournament. Any tips?
Yeah, exactly.
Just go and play. Like,
yeah, just go to the tournament.
Do you know how to socialize? Like, what's happening here?
We probably sound mean, but I don't know.
I
don't care either.
It's like I'm shocked that this could do this. It's just like,
yeah,
shut up.
You can only see so many. Can we all just take a moment? Posts before you just want to end it all.
Like that, or just some clip of just something stupid that happened. You know, look at me, this guy roll. You know, and we both taunted at the same time, or taunted.
Right.
Oh, nah, ha, ha, ha. You know, it's just.
Hey, but you know who had some top Reddit posts?
Nick.
Nick's got some Reddit. I actually think Nick's Warriors with the Warriors putting their butts together is it's pretty funny.
It's top
comment. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think what makes me feel weird about Reddit is that you just see the same types of posts over and over, and it's like everyone just applauding like the same things over and over again. It's like, doesn't anyone notice that this was up like last week and it's the same thing again?
We're old men, dude. We just hate children.
Yeah, I guess we just hate. And I also think, Reddit, I kind of like the idea of upvoting technology, but I think what ultimately ends up happening is just certain types of opinions are the only ones you see over and over again. And there's just that like Reddit, like rhetoric. Like, I just know what the post is going to sound like. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think one of the most common things... Oh, shit, I just got killed in the fucking Magic Camp.
I'm in Magic Camp finally.
Nice. Actually, I was going to say, when we both get to Magic Camp, that's probably going to be a good stopping point. But do you have any final thoughts for the second episode? Let me ask you this. You've now played Mother for about 3 or 4 hours. How's it going? You having a good time?
No. Like I said, I enjoyed talking to you, but I spent the last hour and a half trying to find a stupid canary.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, let me start our final segment of the day. Okay. It's called Mamma Mia. And
you better have a good jingle for this.
With Mamma Mia, you are going to talk about one thing that you like about the Mother series. It doesn't even have to be from this game. It can just be something that comes to mind. And one thing that you dislike from the Mother series. It's a very simple segment.
Do I have a timer, or do I just kind of...
You have an infinite timer. You can take as long as you'd like.
What I really like about the Mother series, it's all 3 games are made on... items that have there's not a lot going on in these games, like low graphics. It's hard to tell emotion, but they do an amazing job on conveying emotion and characters. Mother 3, when Lucas's mom dies, it does an amazing job in that scene where Clint, is that his name? Flint is upset that his wife just died. I think that's sick. The relationships are cool. Mother 3 is awesome. Duster's the best. Put him in Smash. The thing I hate about this game, the menus are stupid. There's no way. God, I have no idea where I'm going half the time in Mother.
I don't know who I am. I don't know where I go. Well, to
That's
go
all I
with your first point about that scene in Mother 3 when Flint, finds out that his wife is dead. I really think that has to be like the peak of Game Boy Advance emotional storytelling. Like, so much comes through just through sprites on a screen, basically. And I gotta give a big agree, a big 5 bags of popcorn to that observation. As far as the menus, dude, Shigesato Itoi had 3 games to figure this shit out.
He made 4 technically.
Yeah, he had 4 games to figure this shit out, and he just didn't do it. I will say, I think there's some merit to the idea that, and again, I don't think this forgives it or anything. I don't want to give him more credit than he actually, attempted, or that his team attempted. But I think there's something to be said that this game really focuses on kind of that thing we were talking about earlier. This is you and your friends out in the world. And I kind of like that the inventories are small and that it involves a lot of passing items around. It involves a lot of item usage. Because it's like, if this was real life and you were out with your friends, you'd have to be passing things around. If you wanted to free up space in your backpack, you can't just carry around 10 cheeseburgers. You got to eat some eventually. Like, I think this game encourages you to use items. Whereas in Final Fantasy, by the end of the game, you always have like 50 potions, 1,000 ethers. You know what I mean? Like, every weapon you've ever used in the game. Like, I like that Mother encourages you to use things, but the menus do fucking suck.
They're the worst thing ever created. As
far as me, you know what, something I really like about the Mother series is the soundtrack. I think that's definitely something that I'm missing playing the game on mute. Like, and I think the soundtrack in the first game specifically, it's kind of limited by its own technology, but there are some remixes of Mother songs that appear in Earthbound, and sometimes I actually prefer the version from the original game. I just think they have a little bit more going on for them. As far as my dislike, I'm going to go ahead and parrot your opinion this week of the inventory system.
It's stupid.
fucking terrible. Well, all right, Karch, this has been episode 2. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the wonderful people listening?
No. I won't send you inappropriate pictures of me, so don't ask.
Karch, if you ever do, if your career takes a huge downfall, I'm going to bring up this episode.
Dude, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But honestly, if it comes out, then, oh well. I had a good life.
If it comes out, good for me, because I've been waiting on those Karch nudes to leak for quite some time.
It'll never happen. I say that now.
Let's see. You can follow us at Karchkilo, at Bein Friends show or something. Please subscribe. People say that if you ask for subscriptions, people subscribe. So subscribe to us.
Subscribe to Feature Man.
Subscribe to Feature Man. Subscribe to Report of the Week. I'm actually about to go eat some onions, mushrooms, some ground beef, and it's all mixed into some baked beans. So I'm about to go have a great time. What do you think you're going to go do?
I'm probably going to drink some water and maybe play some Halo. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my homework assignment for you.
Okay.
And then this will be the last thing I say. Play some Halo 3.
Okay.
If people are playing. Have you ever played on the map called The Pit?
The Pit. No. I mean, maybe if I looked it up, I would probably...
So play... I think it should come up if you play just some traditional Team Slayer or play some Lone Wolves, if that's still a game type. I don't know if it is.
Okay.
In my opinion, The Pit might be one of the best first-person shooter multiplayer maps ever.
Really?
It's just so symmetrical. It's so much fun. All the power item placements or power weapons are just perfect. You've got to play some pit.
Yeah, I've played this map. This map's sick.
Yeah, it's a fucking great map.
Let me counter. Sand Trap.
Ooh, Sand Trap's good with some of the
Big team battle
augmentations. But as a base map, because it's kind of meant for stuff to be added to it.
That's true.
Sand Trap's great though. Sand Trap's great. I love taking those big tank things.
Elephant, dude.
And yeah, the elephant.
I legit was doing that last night. I was driving the elephant around. So.
Okay, you know what? So here's actually my last thought.
Okay.
My roommate used to have Game Pass, and we don't have it anymore. Maybe I will buy us Game Pass so that I can play Halo with you.
Hey, I'm down for that. I will say, first month is free, or not free. Sorry, is $1. So.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll go make a gamer tag. Who knows? I do have arthritis though.
Make a gamer tag. Send the gamer tag over to me. I'll get it sorted out.
Well, I'll fax it over to
fax
you.
Over to me.
What's your fax number?
111 11 11. You got that down?